everyone, and happy Saturday. I would like to welcome you back to the next week of Clarinets, Cats, and Coffee. Wait, don't knock that over. So in today's episode, I am going to give you guys a few tips on how to sound a little better in the throat tone range, and I'm also going to give you just a couple of little excerpts to practice from Jeanjean's Vade-Mecum. So I'm going to include a link to that in the description below, and it's a very small excerpt of that, so if you want to buy the whole book, I'll have a link to that as well in the description, so be sure to check that out. Before we get started, I want to thank my patrons on Patreon. We had our first patron-only live stream, and it was a Q&A session, and it went really well, and I just want to thank everybody who showed up and who submitted questions for that. And then last but not least, if you guys really love my channel, make sure you're, subscribed, make sure you're sharing these with people, download the PDFs that I have in the description, and also if you guys are interested in any of the gear that I work with, that I play on, I also now have a link below where you can actually check out all of my recommended gear and products and stuff as well. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Now, throat tones. Throat tones are kind of nasty. The biggest problem with throat tones, in my opinion, is just not being able to hold on to the instrument. And so I've been spending more time with my younger students on just proper hand position and balancing and keeping everything together. If you can't balance the instrument, then you're going to start biting when you get to the throat tone range to try to balance the instrument, and it poses a whole bunch of issues, including making them sound pinched off and then making it really hard to go over the break with a smooth sound, right? This little exercise that I'm going to give you guys, I think it's, number one, just very helpful in working on hand position and strengthening, your hand muscles while you're working on it, and it's also, I think, melodically pleasing. And another thing that is often overlooked by players is the amount of core you need to have engaged when you're playing in throat tones. So if you're one of those people where, okay, maybe you're not biting and it doesn't sound pinched off, but your throat tones sound like kind of airy and really fuzzy, and as opposed to like everything else in the range, try engaging your core a little bit more, and I'll show you a little tip on how you can check your core engagement in just a moment as well. So, two things to troubleshoot your tone when you're doing throat tone stuff. If you're airy, engage your core. If you sound pinched off, just make sure you're actually balancing the clarinet between your thumb and your top teeth. You just want to have proper leverage between these 2 points, and then you will have the right kind of balance. And then if you do all three, leverage, oops, this is why I can't have nice things. Okay, so balance between top teeth, your thumb, engage your core. You do all three of those things, your throat tones are going to be like liquid. They're going to be so pretty. So I'm going to play this for you real quick, and I hope you guys join in and enjoy. Okay, so a couple of things that you should know about this little exercise. So your throat tones will also sound better if you keep some of your right hand fingers down when you're playing everything like from G and above. Those are called resonance fingerings, and every clarinet has the right configuration of resonance fingerings, and so you should like go through and figure out which combination works the best for which note. But it's not, in my opinion, it's not the most exact thing, because sometimes you physically can't get to the most beautiful sounding resonance fingering, but you should know what sounds the best for each note. So that's going to help your throat tone sound better. And also, one of the issues, if you go to like the third line down, one of the issues that a lot of people will have, and then I'll notice like in lessons, is like some people will like actually accidentally like pull their mouthpiece out, and it'll kind of like, and honestly, I haven't practiced this in a while, and I think I should, because like for real, because if you like, I don't know if you like, you could go back and watch, but it's like kind of wiggling around a little bit for me. So I honestly just need to work a little bit on stability. So anyway, that may help you guys too, if you're aware of if the mouthpiece is moving and wiggling around inside your mouth while you're playing. Again, I haven't done this in a while, and honestly, I'm a little bit out of shape from the past couple of months. So this is, just doing these lines is a pretty good workout for my left hand. Like, I'm really feeling the burn like right here between my index finger and my thumb. And the stronger your hands get, especially with these keys right here, the easier the transition is going to be when you go over the break. So getting really good at an etude like this is really, really going to help your playing and make your life so much easier. So I think I'm gonna go practice now. So I hope you guys enjoy practicing this. I look forward to every Saturday morning, and I love hearing your comments. So if you guys have tips or tricks or whatever, leave them in the comments below. Other than that, have a great weekend, and as always, happy practicing.